He act like it's the Mario game, and when I say the coins is going up, no.
That's how I do going to be. Listen, I don't care. We see each other at a funeral. She start
Me
Immediately.
soon as she see me. Why you wear this dirty uniform to a funeral?
And guess what? That sound like her. She has no filter at all.
None.
he is lying. I might say don't touch me because he got on that.
You asked me why did I have that dirty uniform on at a funeral?
I don't remember that. Was that one of my uncles or what? Who cousin? Who was it?
Yeah, that was your uncle.
Well, then that's probably why. So anyway.
Check out Swap Radio Thursdays, 7 p.m. at onfire-tv.com.
Hello, everyone. I am Monica, and you are now tuned into Swap Radio. Today I have Sheree with me somewhere out there. Tony is a little busy, y'all, so he'll be popping in and out. As we know, he works during the hours of the show, but he's still making it happen. Now, I woke up with a headache. Okay, I have a little headache, but I'm going to make it work. Sheree need to unmute herself. She's muted.
I'm here.
That's why I say you need to unmute yourself. We're going to start with giving out social media. And today, you're going to go first. Okay.
Oh, you said social media. Sheree Cotton now on Facebook and B Moore's Black Betty Boop on Instagram.
Okay, y'all. I'm Monica WLS and the number 2 on TikTok as well as Instagram. If you guys notice, I never give up my Facebook. That's personal. Tony is over there working, which we commend him for working right now. However, he's Tony Burger on everything. He say it all the time. Tony Burger on all platforms. You can follow the radio show, Swap Radio, on all platforms. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, just everywhere. A little bit everywhere. So we want to kind of give it like a little update of some things we talked about before. I was late sending something over to the producer, so it may or may not get on the screen. I think I have a sinus infection, y'all. Y'all gonna have to really bear with me. I got a headache and like right here, just whew. So anyway, we talked about Tank in the last show and his child's mother calling the police and doing too much, basically. And maybe a day, somewhere between 1 to 3 days later, she recanted. She changed the story. Oh, he didn't put his hands on me or my child or our child. So I would read the entire post that she made, but I'm going to limit my talking. So I won't read the entire post. However, she claims that they sought help necessary to move forward with their lives, and she's confident that they will succeed within their co-parenting dynamic with the counseling provided. I think she thought about the bag, because now the bag is going to be messed up if he's, convicted of assaulting her. However, the state, as always, can always pick it up. So even though she decided not to do that, and I don't know if it's a thing where she could not testify against him. I know that's like with husband and wife. Mm-hmm. You can invoke your spousal privilege. I don't know in their case. It's like, I don't know. But do you think she should be charged with falsifying, making a false police report? That's basically what it is.
Because they can't know that it was actually false. Just because she recanted doesn't mean it's false. She just recanted.
Oh, okay. Well, she changed her story.
Well, so yeah, she can be charged for wasting time. Yeah.
and making a false police report.
We don't know if it was false. We weren't there.
Again, oh, here she go with this wannabe. Okay, listen, the preacher who set all that stuff up, like, oh, they robbed me, he made a false police report.
Yeah.
She made a false police report. Once you change your story, then that means what you said before, you saying you were lying, which makes it false. So now which one is it? Did you tell the truth or were you lying? So if you're saying that you're lying, in either way, she told two different stories. So then there's a false police report.
What if she's lying now and the first part actually happened?
We can't do what ifs. We talking about right now.
I'm just saying.
Listen, she said, oh my God, he's going to kill me. And then you change the story to say, that's not what was going on. I was just really heated and upset. So then that's a false police report. If he did do it, and now you're saying, no, I'm sorry, officer, he didn't do it, one of these are false.
One of them,
yeah. Get a false charge.
Yeah. One of them
is false.
Yes, I'm saying one of them is false. We just don't know which one is. But yes, if you're saying can she be charged, of course, I believe she can be.
Oh, Jesus. Let's pray for the lady. Oh, no.
We just got to get it all out. I mean, just saying.
We ain't got, listen, she said one thing and you changed it. False police report.
That's why
I say my car was stolen and I know that I let you hold it and I said it was stolen. That's a false police report.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. If I change my story, I done lied somewhere. So I believe that I should be charged with this false police report. So moving right along to the next update, because I really want to get into the crime, Baltimore City crime with these students. So moving on to our next topic. Did you watch Monday Night Football?
The Ravens? Nope. Ravens isn't my team.
Ravens didn't play Monday night, so no. Who's your team, man?
Green Bay.
Oh, when did they play?
I don't know. I didn't watch nothing this weekend. I was busy. Who played Monday? I had attitude.
Bills, Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, I would have watched that game.
No, you wouldn't. No.
Why? What happened?
Tony, what are you doing right now? You have a moment to talk?
Yeah.
I'm going to be talking to myself.
No, I got a moment to talk. That's why I turned on.
I'm just saying. Talking to her, I'm going to be talking to myself. Because
I don't follow. Look, I don't follow them celebrities and all of that. I don't.
Okay, we'll do that another time. Anyway, so during the Monday night game, Damar Hamlin was injured. You don't know because you didn't watch.
Well, I do know that because I think.
We'll do the research.
You just asked me did I watch football. You didn't say that game. Yeah,
I said did.
Did I watched it? There was more than one game
on Monday. Tony. So
it was only one thing that I knew of.
Huh?
I said I only know one football game was on Monday and only one thing happened.
Somebody got a kickback.
And look, it wasn't even on that long, right?
No,
like didn't even last that long. Not even
8 minutes.
So, Tony, you kind of echoing a little bit.
Somebody got a kickback and echoing.
Yeah, you echoing just a little bit. It's definitely you. Because now that you muted, the echo is not here. You look strange. So I'm gonna go on with the story, and then Tony can chime in. But Tony, read the chat. I'm gonna go ahead with the story. and then when Tony leaves and come back, it'll be different. So Damar Hamlin, which is a 24-year-old, as you can see, Buffalo Bills player, he was injured and doing a tackle, and it was a little. I definitely don't want to show the footage. It was not okay. I didn't like seeing it, and I kind of don't like the fact that everyone is still showing it. It wasn't. It just wasn't. It looked unreal. So he tackled T Higgins, and which is number 85 on the Bengals, and it did not look like a really like bad hit or whatever. Even in real time, it didn't look like it. But as the replay kept going, it still didn't look like it. But when Damar Hamlin went to get up, he fell. He just completely dropped. And then, like, of course, the game was over at that point. They worked on him on the field for like 9 minutes. At one point, he had no heartbeat. They took him off to the hospital. It took them a while, the NFL, which I have a problem with. It took them a while to suspend the game, like, whatever. Like, they had people just like waiting around, like waiting to hear what was going to happen next, what was going, whatever. But you can see, like, some teammates were crying. It was just an emotional moment. And again, he's only 24. At that point, I believe he was in critical condition. We do have good updates, though, because they say he's communicating now. He can have a conversation, but the way his conversation is writing on a piece of paper, his answers and everything. So he's coming along. Everyone is praying for him, but I also came across something that was talking about how if he never steps foot back on the field, he won't get anything because he wasn't in the league long enough to receive disability. So he was in the league a little over 2 years. So he hasn't been in long enough to get the disability. How in the... I mean, people out here gambling their lives and they won't be covered.
Right.
Unless you've been there at least 3 years. Even life insurance, you have to have a policy at least, I believe, 12 months. But you telling me you can't get disability? Now, that right there. Tony, I think you might have missed when I was talking about the hit.
No, I know. I caught up to it. I know. I got you.
You heard it? Okay. So did it look like a real bad impact to you? Or
It looked textbook. It don't look like it was no bad impact.
yeah, I mean, I said the same thing. It didn't look vicious. And,
No, it looked like a normal hit.
But that just goes to show you how dangerous of a sport this really is.
Very dangerous sport.
I also, real quick, I see that people was like going at, she don't know who this person is, 85, the person that, he tackled. They act like it was his fault. I didn't see anything wrong with the hit. It wasn't illegal. Like, he was the receiver in this matter. I just don't think people should be, like, the hate comments. And I thought at one point the comments was turned off because I went and I looked. I saw some things, but it's just sad that people would even take that stance. I just say pray for him. He is that Damar is definitely getting better. He's communicating and he's much more responsive than he was when he first got there. So I just say keep the man in your prayers. But what are y'all thoughts about this time that you have to be in the league in order to receive the disability?
I don't think that's right, especially since he's already been there. You said a little over 2 years, so he's already done. He's to me that's to me he's putting time in. He's put time in. So if you in the long run don't want to provide like what is it like? I can't even think of the dang word I'm trying to use, but at least cover his medical costs, even if you wanted to do it just for a certain amount of time. But to just say nothing, and he's already then gave y'all 2 years, a little over 2 years. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair. Because it wasn't it another player that happened to. It might be an old player.
Well, they said it was four incidents in total.
Right.
That happened like that.
That happened to like
on that field.
Right. On that field?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
But wait a minute though, because I was also looking, I'm always looking at something on social media. But I was looking and they were showing like it's not just football. I didn't like the way they like the caption was like dropping like flies. But it showed soccer, basketball. It was showing the different sports where, you know, the people are like dropping. And they said he went into cardiac arrest. So I'm guessing he was hit somewhere between like around here and to his chest. Blunt force trauma, I'm sure it can cause a heart attack easily.
So no underlying conditions that they're aware of. Because if y'all saying it really looked textbook, then that's definitely strange. But it might be time for some contract negotiations as far as how long they're in the league before they start getting medical and what they're actually eligible for, because that's their life. I mean, that's a dangerous sport.
Very much so. Very much so. I was trying to see what the disability, what their
Like they need to revisit that clause for real.
Well, I mean, it's rather new.
Oh, it is.
Rather new. They even edited, like, I think they went from if they're disabled, they'll get like they were supposed to get like 50, 200. I could be wrong, y'all. Do not quote me, but they were supposed to get either 24 or 50, somewhat thousand, over $1,000. But now it's much less.
Wow. That's just like saying your life isn't worth anything, but I'm out here putting my life on the line to make you money.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, it's more or less like not shut up and dribble, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the total opposite. Shut up and catch that ball. I'm not going to, I almost said the M word.
Like, you know the consequences. Get out there anyway. Take it or leave it.
And something else I thought was interesting. He started a toy drive.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently nobody was supporting it whatsoever, right? He did this over a year ago. All of a sudden, he has almost $500,000. So now everybody want to donate because he got hurt. Why weren't y'all donating before? I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. The whole thing is weird to me. But most importantly, the whole thing with the way the NFL treats these men.
Treats their players. It's not cool.
It's like, I get hurt for you, but it was women because I don't have my notes that I originally had. Again, y'all, I'm not thinking properly because my head is hurting. I think it's the sinus headache. But anyway, they were saying that even if Social Security say you are eligible for disability, you are disabled, you cannot work, they still will find a way to not have to pay you that money. I know, listen.
The way they looking at it, it's like you're either an asset or a liability. So you're getting hurt, you're now a liability, and I'm not willing to pay for a liability.
I don't know. In a way, I'm a little happy. My sons played Pop Warner. They played maybe a little bit in high school, just their freshman year. But I am excited and happy that they chose not to go that route. Yeah. I think that was the best thing that could have ever happened. Um, so some information real quick about the disability insurance. And wow, these dates. Okay, these. So what I'm looking at now says that this will be effective January 1, 2024. We are in 2023.
Okay.
Through and including March 2031. Y'all know I wear glasses. Anyway. Most most players receive an inactive, a total, and permanent disability benefits from the disability plan. Somebody is anyway. Will be subject to SSDI offset. So for some people who don't know, offset basically is like you get this amount, but the NFL gonna give them this portion, and the Social Security gonna match or get it to what they supposed to be. So you can't double dip. Basically, you can't get money from both. It gotta equal up. You know what I'm saying? You can't get the full amount from one. They gotta share in the cost. From what I know of. If I'm wrong, someone please chime in, comment. Yeah, I'm not going. I can't go through all this. It's giving me a voice headache. Oh my gosh. At the end of the day, who's going to be there for these injured players? That's all I want to know. Yeah. I don't know. But again, y'all, we're going to keep him in prayer for a full recovery so he can get back on the field one day. I'm not saying tomorrow. Mm-hmm. It may take a while. It's just not going to happen overnight.
Of course.
So we covered Tank. I didn't. I don't think I even. Did you see that Master P and Romeo allegedly made up, like they met up and had a talk? Yeah.
It's starting to be a lot of family drama being posted ever since that Master P and Romeo thing started.
Who else got drama?
Like now, who is that? What is his name? Cal? Him and his daughter. Well, his daughter came out with something.
Yeah, but he came out with some stuff too, some paperwork. Her mama was in the middle of that.
Yeah.
So she was keeping them from us. So I mean, sometimes mothers be a part of the mess.
Of course.
And it looks like in this situation, Mama was a part of this mess.
Mama was the mess.
So, real quick, before we go any further on the messy mom, I looked at that and I really was like, I'm going to go, but I didn't want to because I really want to get into this next topic. But before I get into the next topic, recap: Tank and that baby mama, she didn't lied one way or another. Lord have mercy. We're gonna keep our prayers up for Damar Hamlin. We're just gonna keep him lifted in prayer for full recovery. With those pretty eyes. Yeah. So sorry, I had to go there. Yes, I did. And y'all leave T alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave him alone.
Yes, I'm sure he feels bad too.
Yeah, they look like they could be related.
Mm-hmm.
You have some curly whites. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break before we get into our next topic. So y'all get ready and prepare, especially for the Baltimore family. There was a shooting across the street from Emerson Westside High School. 5 students were shot. 1 didn't make it, and another one is in critical condition. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and dive into the crime in Baltimore City, the youth in crime, who should be held accountable, for this shooting, all of that. So we'll be right back.
On Fire TV is a streaming network for a generation on the move.
Looking for food that feeds your soul? Hoodfellas Bistro and Catering is your local African-American owned restaurant offering American cuisine. Located across from the courthouse, we offer daily jury specials to reward civic duty. Enjoy our full-service restaurant and fully stocked bar. Dine in, pick up, delivery, and catering. Our themed happy hours feature live music, handcrafted drinks, and weekly specials. Book your private event at hoodfellowsbistrocatering.com.
Hey y'all. So we back. That was quick. So look. Whew. Really quick. Well, I'm not gonna say really quick. Tony is here. I know he's ready. I'm gonna get out what I need to say. And I know Tony is ready for this. Like Tony was part of the reason. Well, this had happened, and then I think Tony had finally responded to a text that I sent him. But, and yesterday afternoon, there were a group of students over at Popeyes on Emerson Avenue in Emerson Village. And I won't say what I heard happened, but I will say, because I don't know it to be fact, they were over there and somehow shots rang out. So it's all over the, of course, all over the news. They were over there on their lunch break, and somehow 5 students ended up shot. A 16-year-old Deontay Dorsey was murdered. And then there's another child who I believe they said was 18 that is in critical condition. So I guess I should say young adult was in, he's in critical condition. The other children just have what they said, non-life threatening injuries. So the parents had a press conference today. I don't know if either of you caught this, but they had a press conference, and your favorite guy who can't seem to get elected for the state's attorney, he wanted Mosby job so bad. He can't get elected, so he'd just be popping up. Why would they obtain him? What do they want to sue the school system for? I have no idea. Okay, Shanae here a little early, but she here to give her views on it. But she gonna, hold on a second. I'm gonna finish and then jump to Tony, and we're gonna go to Shanae. We're gonna bounce a little bit. But my opinion is this: with these parents, as far as these parents go, calm down. I just want everybody to just think about this. When we were that age in high school, did you leave school and go get lunch from somewhere and you knew you wasn't supposed to go? Because I really feel like that's what they did. They left the building, or maybe they wasn't there at all. They want to fault the school for allowing them to leave. Except, don't they have to leave the school building to go over to the skills center for their trade? So they leave the school building every day. This is not abnormal. However, I know that they ask the kids, don't go over to Popeyes. Don't go over to the shopping center to get your lunch. I know they say that. Parents want the school to be held accountable, but you should hold your child accountable. Because had your child been at school, it wouldn't happen over there at Popeyes. Just my opinion. I don't know. Now, here's where I insert what I heard. I heard it was a dice game. So dice game gone wrong, maybe. I don't know. This is all alleged. Now they range from age 16 to 18. So I believe it was like 16, 2 17, and 2 18-year-olds. I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, feel free. I'm not saying anyone deserved to be shot or killed. I'm just saying don't go look to place the blame, point your finger at Emerson. A community leader spoke and she was like, "Oh, we've been to Emerson and they need to put consequences in place." They don't the kids don't care about the consequences, or they would not have been over there. I don't know. I believe, and I know for sure with myself, I may have been told to do one thing, but I was going to do what I wanted to do because I was just that child. That happens. So I just want everybody to think about it in full circle while they're obtaining a lawyer to do what, I don't know. And they kept saying, "I want you to treat this like it's your child." Nope, because then your feelings getting involved. Treat it just like it's the next person, the other person that was murdered. Everybody that is killed is somebody's child. So we're going to treat them all the same. Let's find the person who was over there shooting. And they probably went over there with him. It's possible the shooter was a student as well. I don't know. Tony, come on with your thoughts. Come on with them thoughts.
I agree with everything you said. I have 2 nephews and a multitude of cousins that go over there. And I don't know how, plus I have relatives that work there and a homeboy that worked there. So definitely 100% the school principal, school personnel has went to every business in that shopping mall and asked them not to service the kids during school hours. The businesses continuously do it. They ask the kids not to leave. You can't put someone on all those doors at all those times to protect those kids in that school because, like you said, they still got to go over to the skill center for their trade. So kids are going to do what they want to do. I 100% agree with everything you said. The problem that I have with the whole situation is that when the shooting occurred and they put the school on lockdown, they have an automation system in the city that they can just hit a button and they call every parent and tell them. No parents was notified. My nephew called me, was like, "Uncle, come pick me up," or something to that effect. I ain't gonna say he said, "Uncle, come pick me up." I just know I heard something about somebody shooting and I was on my way to get my nephew. However, they wasn't letting parents pick up their kids either. That whole area of Emerson Village Shopping Center is a high crime area. Let's say that's. So you always got people openly selling drugs or shooting dice or doing whatever they choose to do in the gas station, in front of the carryouts, wherever they choose to stand. And no one, especially the business owners, don't make them move. The gas station put a fence around their gas station. But all that fence did was enclose those guys inside of the gas station to still conduct their illegal activities.
Right.
I don't have an answer or an understanding of what's going on up there and what can be done, but something needs to be done because we cannot continuously, as community residents, community activists, community leaders, whatever you want to say about whoever they want to be, you can't continuously drive past these areas and see these criminal activities and you only say something when something of this magnitude happens.
Right.
You have to have constant engagement, constant conversation, constant consequences for the people who want to bring that type of havoc, loitering, trespassing, whatever the case may be. You have to engage them. Constitutional policing. It is not illegal to walk up and hold a conversation with a person as a police just to gauge what they're doing. Is they legally or illegally there? Because standing in front of a business without conducting business with that business for a multitude of times is loitering. And that is an arrestable offense. It is an investigative offense. Why are they not investigating these guys for loitering and trespassing on these businesses?
You got to ask Marilyn Mosby.
No, it's Ivan Bates now.
I mean, yeah, but that's now. But you got to, that was put in place with Marilyn Mosby, though. to
You're very
not
correct.
to
To
not
not
engage and
prosecute
not
that. Yup.
prosecute the low level crimes. That is a low level crime of loitering. But I mean, I went to the party store. Sometimes I like to order for my event stuff elsewhere, but I go to the party store. You have to walk through a cloud of weed smoke. They're gonna ask you, do you want loud? Do you want diesel? They're gonna ask you, what do you want? Walking through there. And it's always a bunch of people up there. So they know something is going on. And I hear they said on the news, let me say that. Because everything they say on the news is not facts. But on the news they said that it was an officer that was assigned to patrol, to go through and check on the businesses. And he had just turned out as the shooting happened. Like he wasn't that far. He turned right back around and came back.
And I heard that same thing, but the news said he, and someone else said he. But they alluded later on in the day that he was a she. So that question that popped in my brain: was someone really there patrolling the businesses? Like,
I mean, just because they mess up a he, she, that wouldn't make me think that.
But I'm not saying that. I'm saying, was they really patrolling to check the businesses, or did they just happen to be driving through?
Now, I do know, like, a few times I've rolled through Emerson Avenue. There are officers that sit in the parking lot, but they're not patrolling.
That's what I'm trying to say.
They're just sitting there. They're not patrolling.
Yeah, but on the times when y'all not there, you don't know if this person was patrolling or not. But this is what was said. And if I don't know. Is it a tracker on the car?
I don't know. I was just asking a question.
No, I know. I get it. But I'm saying, is it a tracker on the car? Can we verify that to be true?
They do have trackers.
At the end of the day, to me, whether that person was patrolling that parking lot or not, in the nicest way, them kids shouldn't have had their asses over there. They should have been in the school.
And it's still not the school's fault that they were there.
Absolutely, 100%.
Off school grounds.
Right.
This family want the parents to be held accountable. Want the school to be held accountable for what their children decided to do. But on that note, Jeanette should unmute herself, because now we're gonna hear her. She told me something earlier, and I was just like, wow. So we're gonna hear from a parent who, as I just said, we tell our children to do the right thing, and they do what they want to do. So Jeanette is going to share her experience of her child being hard-headed. Hey, Jeanette, unmute, girl, unmute. She was unmuted for a second. Oh, maybe she had to leave and come back. But yeah, come on, y'all. Y'all know, Tony, what high school you went to?
I went to Southwestern. I went to the worst high school in the city of Baltimore. Listen, I'm saying that
was the worst high school.
Because the
Everybody heard about Southwestern.
Because I'm saying it because
I didn't hear it was the worst.
I'm saying it's the worst because if you went to Southwestern, you knew that you was guaranteed election in Charles Murphy home. You was guaranteed one of them neighborhood gang fights or a shooting a week, sometimes twice a week. I got jumped coming across the bridge by the wannabe KKKs because they didn't want the black people to walk through the Brunswick Street area, and that was the way that I cut to go home. So I got jumped back in there by the wannabe KKK guy. That school was notorious for a lot of things. Violence
was in Southwestern too.
I sure did.
And she tell you that school was off the hook.
Well, I was a teen parent, so I had nothing to do with none of that. I was at the playground. We didn't do none of that stuff. All right, so Jeanette, share your story, honey.
Hey, hello. So I was talking to Monica today. My son attends Dunbar, and Dr. Reeves, she's always sending out, parents. They have Parent Square, and they are always emailing through the Parent Square, and their text, it goes straight to our text messages. Whenever we get message through Parent Square. It goes directly to our text messages that we have messages there um, regarding anything. And it has been a couple of shootings at Dunbar since my son has been there. One day I know that it was a shooting that he was not there. Another day, um, and we hadn't heard anything about the shooting. I just so happened to be taking him to school because he didn't go to school that day, and he was going to football practice. So we didn't even get a ring that any of that had even happened at Dunbar. So I get what you're saying, Tony, about the ring and the hitting the one button and them notifying us. Sometimes you can't they can't get to that. That's why they put the school on lockdown so they investigate. They wanted to probably make sure it was even their students because you gotta retake attendance, see who was there, all of that. So the first thing they did was put the school on lockdown, what they were supposed to do. To show the safety of the other students. But I was sharing with Monica today about my son, geometry teacher calling me, and school had just started. And me, I'm a parent. I hold everybody accountable. Myself, my son, the teacher, and we sit down and we get to the bottom of it. But the geometry teacher called me, and he said, "I'm looking for the parent of Tyrone Williams." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, He said, "I'm the geometry teacher." I said, "Okay." He said, "I'm just calling to let you know that I haven't seen Tyrone in my class since the start of school." Now, we saying school started in August this year. We're talking now like mid-September when he notified me. And I said, "Well, when I get near my son, I'm gonna give you a call back. I'm gonna, get near him and I'll give you a call back and we can discuss this matter." I came home. I asked my son, like, "Son, your geometry teacher called." And he said to me that you haven't been in his class. My kids will never lie to me. He said, "I wasn't." I said, "Well, where were you?" He said, "I went to the locker room." The locker room. So I'm saying, so this is where you go when you don't go to class, the locker room. Like, who knows that y'all are there? I ask questions. And he said, "No, I just sit there to whatever class or lunch or whatever I want to go to, and then I go to class." And then I said, "Well," he said to me, "First of all, since the first day of school, because my last name starts with a W, he just threw me in the back of the class. So I just sits back there on my cell phone. Unacceptable. Um, because if you are the teacher in the class and you're teaching, you should be focusing on one is the kid are the kids engaging in learning. And if for my son is still in the back of the classroom on a cell phone and is never told to pick the cell phone up or whatever, then I want to know what are you doing and how you're managing your classroom." So he said to me when I called him back, I said everything to him that Tyrone said to me, where he be doing his class, that he did not lie, that he did not attend the class. And I said to him, "But Tyrone told me that you just stuck him in the back of the classroom because his last name begins with a W." He said, "I did." I said, "Well, how do you know? Because we're talking about mid-September now. How do you know if when you stuck those kids in the back of the class, how do you know if they're retaining the information? How do you know if they're even learning? Are you testing them? Are you going back there to make sure they are engaging in what you're teaching in class?" I'm sure you don't because you only know that Tyrone didn't come in your class because you just probably didn't roll and he was not there. But how would you know as a teacher if you didn't do this? And I said, and I'm not making an excuse for my son. He does wear glasses. So if he is in the back of the class and you're putting things on the blackboard, it may be a little challenging for him to see those things from the back of the class. He said, "Well, Miss Jones, I'm going to make an exception and, I'm going to, do some, arranging the seats." And I said, "I'm not, I'm holding him accountable too as the student, as his mother. He is being held accountable for his actions as well." So he said to me, "Well, we'll try this." Okay. I didn't hear anything else. I'm thinking Tyrone is good. Everything is fine. The teacher didn't follow up with me. I'm like, okay, should I follow back up? Well, maybe Tyrone was doing good. No, the end of the school year, Tyrone failed. He has to go to summer school. for geometry. So again, I say to my son, well, me as a parent, I did what I supposed to do. I made sure you got to school, made sure you had your material. It's on you. You got to find your way to summer school. And luckily that he didn't have to pay for it because I wasn't paying for it. He was going to pay for it, not me, because you failed the class. As the parent, I made sure you was there every day, on time, in time, to do what you had to do as the student. I can't go in there and do the work for you. And as high school students, they don't want us looking over their shoulders. We shouldn't have to at that point because what they do is on them. But me being a parent that I am, I'm still being nosy, all up in the mix or whatever. So I reaches out to the guidance counselors and all of that, and I let them know. And they know when they call me, they like, oh, well, Miss Jones, we just going to help because they know it's not me as a parent. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do as a parent. So what Tyrone does from the point when I drop him off at school, that's on him.
Which brings me to another part of the conversation. When you were saying you was dropping him off, because they say he missed like
22 days. Yeah, they sent me a letter like, go to court 22 days. And I'm like, 22 days? I take him to school every day. And listen, I was even getting calls that said Tyrone missed school today, and I'm picking him up from football practice. How am I picking you up? And they telling me you missed class. I mean, you missed school, and I'm picking you up where I dropped you off this morning. And we all know that our kids go to city schools. It's not in the budget to pay for everybody to make sure these kids. It's over 1,200 students I know that's in Dunbar. You can't be everywhere watching these students. So as parents, we have to ensure to tell our kids what is expected of them to do when we take them to school each and every day. It's not up to the school. First of all, charity, love, and education, it starts at home. It starts at home. We don't send our kids to learn. We send our kids to school. We do send our kids, rephrase that. We send our kids to go to school to learn. But we put in them at home in order for them to be able to go to school, to be able to learn. If you're not putting nothing in at home, when they go to school, they're going to just disrupt the class. Nobody's going to be able to learn. Nobody's not going to be able to do anything because your student, your child just came to school just to interrupt the class. And we have a teacher here who spent countless, I tell my son all the time, who spent countless hours putting together lesson plans for this student to come to school to learn. They're doing what they're supposed to do. It's not on the school. It's on your student, your child, who's then a student when you take them to school to do what's supposed to be done of them. What you put in them at home. If you're not putting in nothing at home, then your child is going to go. And I know, like Monica said earlier, we all do something that we ain't supposed to do. We've all have done it. But we have to ensure our children that it's on you. If this happens, if that happens, we can't, they got to go out there and learn for themselves. We can't look over their shoulders. And not at high school. Tell my son all the time, when you get to college, you already getting held a syllabus now. When you get to college, they're going to do just that. Hand your syllabus and go. You got the whole semester to do what that syllabus entails for you to do to pass that class. It's on you.
And see, it's the students at Dunbar, because I work in the area. I see them at Popeyes.
Yes.
They love Popeyes. They love Popeyes. They love Mama Mia's.
And what's that right there? Burger King. And we had messages where they told us, I still have all my messages with Dr. Reed's text. And she has said, parents, please sit down and tell your children that it is not okay for them to leave school to get lunch, DoorDash, and all of that. They're not telling the students that it's okay to do that.
Right. But you see, they making that decision to go do it.
They making their decision.
One of those shootings at Dunbar was a result of a dice game.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that because it was like under that little area that leads over to the auditorium.
Yes.
My daughter graduated from there, so that's how I know that.
Yes.
And that was like a recent shooting. That wasn't.
It was recent. It
It
was
was like
just it was
last
just
school year, right?
last school year. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think it happens at other schools. It's not talked about. My daughter goes to Woodlawn, and they told them not to leave out. Matter of fact, a situation that happened was on the news when the boy was in the wheelchair, and the other boy handed him the gun. They was over there at McDonald's fighting, but they wasn't supposed to be over there. Now, my daughter has an early release day, so when you get out of school, get in your car and drive home.
Drive home. Yep.
Don't even. I understand you might want to go and get something to eat, hit the drive-through. Otherwise, go straight home.
Straight home. Yep.
But she understands that because she like her car.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there got to be some consequences. They want the school to be held accountable, but I feel like it has to start with our children.
Children.
You need to talk to your child as well. What is your consequence for your child? Because for whatever reason, I was puzzled. Did anybody else watch the press conference?
I haven't watched it.
The family said they didn't want their names to be said. What difference it make? We know your child's name is Deontay Dorsey. Like, what are you talking about? What would be the difference? They don't want anybody to drag them for wanting to sue the school system.
That's all public record.
Yeah.
See, this is my question. This is my question. Because in the society we live in today, everybody want to hold other people accountable instead of holding themselves accountable, and they want to always sue for something. What can you possibly sue the school for when they did everything that they were supposed to do?
Yes.
Exactly. Your child made a decision to leave the school building, leave the school property, go across the street. Now, he could have been an innocent bystander like Takeoff, right? He could have got shot with a stray bullet. Who knows?
But
the
again,
point is, he was no longer on school grounds.
But again,
he made a decision to leave.
But again, he made a decision to be there if for something like that to happen to occur. So if he was not there, or it should have been where he was supposed to be. Again, a straight bullet, whatever. A straight bullet to me is I'm sitting in class and something happens, but that's not. I'm where I'm supposed to be. He wasn't where he was supposed to be.
I'm gonna tell you these things that I know that Emerson and the city of Baltimore collectively did to stop the kids from going to that mall during the daytime. They have sent letters home. I have a letter. My nephew go there. They sent letters home. They had conferences, and that was one of the things they brought up in the conferences. They have had conversations with the stores. They have actually called the police on the stores who were serving the kids. The stores have been cited by the city police department for serving minors during the hours of school. They even went as far as to put that long black gate all the way down the road to stop the kids from just running across, where the kids would have to cross at the corners to go to the stores. They wanted to take the middle islands and run them completely all the way from Athol all the way down to whatever that street is by the Advance Auto Swan. They wanted to make one long strip and put one long black fence there. And the residents fought that because they said they didn't have a means to ingress and egress from that shopping center. So the school system and the city has done everything in their power to stop that. The kids still made those decisions to leave. It's not on the school board or the city for what happened to those children. It's on those children and their parents for not enforcing the policy to keep them safe that the school put in place.
I absolutely agree with you, Tony. And also what I've done with my teenagers, I've now turned, they have to have their locations on. I pay these cell phone bills. Your locations have to be on. And my kids know they better not turn them locations off.
And I swear, every parent need to do that with their child. Every parent that is capable, like you seem like a responsible parent. You ain't seen, but you are a responsible parent based on what you're saying. And more parents need to do that. They need to know the locations of their children and what their children are involved in, because too many parents are daily absent from their children's lives. They wake up, they drop them off at school, they forget about them until the next morning. Or some of them not even dropping them off at school. They're not calling them during the course of the day, having conversations. where you at, what you doing,
Right.
who you with. You know what I'm saying? They're
Mm-hmm.
just letting these kids go about. So when these kids are just going about on their day-to-day routines, they're getting into these situations with these other friends, peer pressure, and they're toting the guns back and forth to school,
Yeah.
and they're going to these dice games, and they're smoking weed
Mm-hmm.
behind the pot pies, and they
Yep.
going sleeping with the girls behind or in the bleachers or whatever the case may be, because the parents are not involved in these children's lives. And I'm gonna say this much because I don't want to get worked up, because this really touched me in a whole different way. When you leave your child to the environment that they grew up in, the community, hanging with their friends, whatever the case may be, and you don't keep interjecting the positivity in their life, your child slowly maneuvers to that street lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts with the smoking weed and the
Yep.
shooting the dice.
Yep.
And before you know it, they standing out there on the corners, and then they toting the guns, and then they selling the narcotics. It's
Yes.
a routine. We have to be more involved in our
Yes.
children's lives and their daily routines of what they're doing. Parents, it don't hurt to take your child phone and go through
Nope.
it.
Nope, I do.
But
I
you know
do.
a major problem? Let's be honest. Now, y'all don't want nobody saying nothing to y'all child.
Oh my God, preach, hallelujah. Oh,
So it's like, at the end of the day, it need to be a
Yes.
village. I remember living on Lombard Street.
Absolutely, I
Them
still
people was
believe.
nosy as I don't know what.
I still
But we
believe
couldn't
it
do
takes a
nothing
village.
because they gonna tell.
They
Somebody
sure
gonna
did.
snitch.
By the time we got home, we done got told about
Somebody was gonna snitch.
somebody was snitching.
But that was long time ago.
Yes.
Okay, my oldest is 29.
Mm.
And I'm telling y'all, from raising him up until now, these parents with the whole attitude, oh, you better not say nothing to my child.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why these kids
are dying. That's why they're doing it. That's why they're dying in the streets, and they are terrorizing our communities.
And another one. Here go another one. I told my parents you was wrong for telling me that, and I do not allow no one to tell my kids that. This one really sticks. If you can't beat them, pick up something and bust them in the head.
Yeah.
No, because they picking up the guns and they shooting them in the head.
Yeah.
Well, in the times when our people said that to us, that was
it was appropriate. Yeah. It's not appropriate no more.
Not today.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Baby, don't hit them back. Call 911. Call me. I'll press charges. They'll get
absolutely.
They'll get an assault charge today.
Yes.
That's where I'm at today.
Yeah, because it's teaching your kids not to talk about it. And then that's when they grow up. You got to be able to talk through and solve problems.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, my kids' friends know that, hey, Miss Shanette ain't playing. I even listen, and I tell her, if I can't say to your child or your children when they come to my house to be with mine, then you can keep yours home. Because
talk about it.
When they come here, I'm not going to tell them nothing wrong that I would not tell my own children. And
but you know what else they don't do? When you want to go to your friends, they don't want to meet the parents no more.
Oh, I did.
Oh no,
I did. I asked my daughter. I said, "This girl ain't never met her mother. Never met me, but she okay with her staying here."
Yeah.
What kind of stuff is this?
For days. And
they don't call
for a week.
Yep.
They don't call.
They don't call, check on them or nothing.
I had my daughter friend, even though I'm in the school because I'm at James McHenry, and even though I'm in the school and everybody know Miss Shanette, I know your child. I don't know you, but they might hear about Miss Shanette. So when that child go home, they can lie and say they at Miss Shanette house because they know Miss Shanette, the person that I am, and then they feel like that child is okay. But what if your child was never at my house? No. I need to talk to you.
Right, I need your number.
I need your number. Because your child is not going to stay here at my house and I not talk to you. Because you can't come and lie and say your child was here at my or something was to happen and your child don't lie to you and say they're at my house. No, I'm going to call you. We're going to talk about it. Because your child is not staying here and I never spoke to you about it. I mean, they'll pack their bags and they'll go. And then I look around, I go pick up my daughter. She got all these friends with bags. Where they going?
That's because they look now that has never changed from when we were young. We always plot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, girl. Girl,
ain't your mother can I stay?
Yeah.
They
don't even ask no more. They just said, bring the bag. Bring the bag.
Yeah, they just show up.
Oh,
they just.
Well, I don't know. My daughter didn't do all that. They asked. But I was just amazed that the little girl mother never.
These days, they don't. They just pack the bag and hope. Oh, Maya hides her bags in the back of the car all the time, and then I be like, I go to the trunk. I'm like, where you going? Oh, I'm staying at Ty house, or Ty staying here. No.
Yo, it's so funny because this little girl, my niece and my nephews, they stay with me during all the summer. So this little girl, my niece came with, she called me. She said, "Uncle, can such and such person stay here?" And I said, "Did her parents know where she at?" And she said, "Yeah, her mother know." I said, "Well, tell her mother to call me and talk to me. And then if I can talk to her mother says it's okay, then she can stay."
Why you open it up? It ain't open.
It took them probably 3 or 4 days
Put them back in the bag, please.
for the mother to call me for this little girl to stay. And she said to me when I finally talked to the mother, she was like, "Oh yeah, it's fine." She was like, I don't have a problem with her staying anywhere." I was like, "But I'm a guy, and you don't know who I am." And she was like, "Oh, it's fine. I don't have a problem with it." And I was like, "Nah," like I was not cool with that at all in like any type of way. But you know what I mean? They go
and
like,
it does because I have a 16-year-old son, and I don't want your daughter to go home and lie on my son that my son touched your child. No, that's why I tell my daughter, like, I don't have a lot of little girls staying here and there unless I know their parents know me. My son, you will never lie and say my son touched you because I don't even run that kind of house. My daughter, let me tell you, I even have kickbacks here. My daughter called herself having kickbacks. That's where I'll be. I'll be right here with the taco bar. I'll be all up in the mix, the games, the movies, and everything. I'll be sitting right here. So can nobody say when they sent their child to my house, I did not watch them. Because when your children come to my house, I'll be right there in the midst.
Well, I ain't hosting none of that. I'm not hosting none of that. No. We're not doing all that.
They be nice though. They be nice little kickbacks though. I love it. They love my tacos and they play games. They make their own little games. They do TikToks, and I love sitting there watching. The kids.
Yeah, we ain't doing none of that around here. Nope.
I got a camera. I got a camera in my living room that can see my living room, my dining room. So that's my.
I don't care about the camera. If I got downtime, I'm not spending it with these children.
All the time. I do gotta do it every once in a while.
The children.
Every once in a while.
But you know what, Monica? But you know what though?
If I got downtime, I'm taking that 46 minutes.
But you know what though? All jokes aside, on a serious note, some children need a person like you in their life.
Listen, that's fine. But at this point, she still got them young teenagers. My last child is 17. I ain't doing none of that stuff. Y'all do y'all listen, girl. Y'all drive to the movie. Do y'all thing. Because when I got free time, baby,
it's all yours.
46
minutes. And I agree with you, Tony. Like some kids, they don't have this.
Hey, Sheree, I don't know if it was 46 minutes Saturday.
What was it? Was it 34 or 36? Was it less?
I don't know where the person lived at, so I don't know how many minutes it was.
You had a twin turbo that night, Monica.
Listen. I took 895.
She went through the tunnel. She had tunnel vision. Through the tunnel.
It still took a little bit of time, but it wasn't as much. It wasn't, I'm going to tell you all this often.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all, when I first started going this route, I couldn't get to the location sober. Let me say that. Sober. Saturday, 2 shots of Patron, 2 Malibu and pineapple. I made my way to the door, like, open the door, I used the bathroom.
I bet you had all that.
Any other day, I need to be met somewhere.
Hey, she was fully energized. That's why she made it there.
Let me find out.
Oh my goodness! Listen,
I'm gonna have to send you this video.
Oh shit! Look at her face. Wait a minute. Are we running over time? Are we running into your time tonight?
Huh?
Are we running over time for your 46 minutes? You out of there in a minute, ain't you?
Girl, no, I'm not. That 46-minute man is working.
So let me ask you, Monica. So will this be like a playback where people can go back? Okay. This is my first time on the show. I know years ago it was a call in. My last call in was
oh yeah, it was. But
it was dating or something. That was my last call in.
Oh yeah, y'all. Listen, she need to be on one of our dating shows. Okay. Woo. Tony know. Tony know about that.
I plead the fifth.
You are talking about you plead the fifth. You remember? And Valentine's Day coming up, so I'm just saying.
I'm having a Valentine. I don't give a shit. Somebody gonna be mad. I'm having a Valentine.
Oh, is that what? That's what we doing?
Man, listen. I don't care who girlfriend it is, who wife.
Wait a minute, somebody. You say you
Nope, I don't care. I'm gonna have me a Valentine.
So they gonna come and go that night, Monica. They gonna come and go that night.
No, they not.
I got a couple of dollars I'm trying to blow.
Oh. Okay.
So wait. Real quick. You trying to blow the money on a hotel room, or you trying to buy gifts, or you paying? Excuse me, y'all. Excuse my language.
Whatever the night entail.
Well, listen, you're going to pay for the ass one way or another, but I'm not flat out buying an ass. Gifts in a hotel room, yes.
Gifts?
Yes, whoever it is, you're my girlfriend for that day.
Oh
my.
Okay.
Dang.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I got some money to blow. Yeah.
He must got somebody in mind. Who you talking about?
He do. We trying to let him know. You know them little girls be in. I don't want me little girls. I'm sorry, y'all. No disrespect.
I'm about to say no.
They be asking about it. We gotta let it be known.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know who be asking about me. I just know they keep requesting. But I ain't got nobody in my inbox.
If only for one night. Okay.
Maybe they nervous. Maybe they nervous.
They might be nervous.
You always bring up your baby mama.
I didn't bring up my baby mother. You did.
Well, no, it's been times when you brought them up too. But Tony, since we talking about stuff and Sheree think everything funny and cute, homegirl posted up some keys being made.
Who you buying keys for? Because you apparently live by yourself.
Look at her face.
So you got another what is it called? What is your
whatever relationship?
Yeah.
No, whatever relationship.
He is in a whatever relationship.
Yeah, you've been missing this girl. Listen. Explain to Shanette what a whatever relationship.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell we was doing. Whichever way it was gonna go. Whatever relationship.
Okay. Well, I think that's what I think that's what it is. Okay, I know what it means now. All right.
Wait a minute, y'all. She just like Renee. So Shanette, you single or you whatever relationship or
you cut the camera off. He cut the camera off.
Somebody trying to call her.
We can't hear you.
Oh, we can't hear you. No.
Oh.
But he came past today and assessed.
Oh, okay.
Assess what?
The other room.
The room that we're not gonna sleep in.
That part.
That's what I said. You see, I just said that. I didn't want to insinuate anything. So
It was one of them
She was trying to figure out how to unmute herself.
off and on things for a while. So
We don't
now
drop
this.
names. We don't drop names here.
Oh no, but I ain't no name going on. No face, no trace.
Oh no.
Did you see my post? I said that. Did you see my post?
No face, no trace.
I ain't been on all day.
No, that wasn't today.
Oh.
Because people be asking questions. And honestly, you guys, I just be posting.
That's what a lot of people don't understand. That sometimes you just be posting. They think everything is personal.
That's what I tell people.
And so when I post it and it's personal, you still don't know.
Right.
So I be finding these little quotes and I post them. Sometimes they apply and sometimes they don't.
You like
but
that
I will
one
never
you
let
sent to me today?
No.
Like that one you sent to me.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Talking about that's me. Well, it was. Yeah.
There she go.
Yes, somebody called me and it went off and I had to go back out.
No. We going back to the question. Are you single in a relationship, situationship, or whatever?
Are you on a ship? Are you on a ship?
I'm on a ship.
Any ship.
Just a ship.
You know,
it's sailing. No, is
it a tugboat?
No.
Okay. It's a paddle boat. Y'all doing this down the harbor? The paddle boat.
I don't even know.
But it is a ship.
It's a ship.
Okay. We just don't know which ship.
We don't know which
ship. Right now it's a whatever.
So you got a whatever relationship. Or whatever relationship. Yeah.
Whatever way it's gonna go.
Yeah. Tony just he just doing it day by day.
Yeah.
We doing it day by day.
Both of us
day by day.
That's all I do, day by day. That's it. I don't have nothing. You know what I mean? It's a day by day thing with me.
What you mean you don't have nothing?
So
I ain't doing no shit.
Like nobody. I'm saying I don't have nothing like involved with anybody. It just I just let it go as it go.
So Monica, yes. Not to cut off your topic. So your podcast, you just pick topics. You talk about
girl, we can talk about this off the air. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
Because I didn't talk to you. I was looking to do my podcast about my.
I know that, and that's why I'm telling you that we're not going to discuss that here on Swap Radio. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. Somebody got hurt, y'all. Oh, I don't know. They trying to tell me. I'm not saying no. I don't like when people try to tell me, "Oh, you lied." Say this.
Why won't June?
Anyway, y'all. Jeanette, was you here for the other topic?
No.
Oh, that's good. So I don't have to I don't know. We're gonna wrap up anyway because no, I don't have to take that drive, y'all. But we do need to wrap it up. It was nice seeing everyone and discussing.
Yes.
That, but it seems like we're all in agreement about the family. I won't say that they're doing too much. I feel like they have misdirected anger.
Yes.
I feel like they, I want justice for Deontay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I have a son named Deontay. I have sons. So yes, as a parent, I definitely want justice for this child being shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so many different angles as I think, like, was it somebody that was at school with him? They went over there and it happened. Was it random?
Right.
I don't believe it to be random, but I don't know anybody involved to say whether it was or wasn't. It's a tragedy. It's and then for everybody to want to point fingers, it just makes it even worse.
Yes, as a parent, I understand that the mom is hurt, devastated. Want answers or whatever, but the fact of I think like you said right now, just misdirected anger. And who took the case? You said
I'm not saying his name on here.
Okay, well, I don't even know how to even say it. So he just trying to get some publicity, some, because it's not even a case for him to even fight for, to the, for the school
Right.
system. So that's just a waste. I hope he just took it just and not the family is not paying him
Right.
for this case, because if that's the case, then you're just taking their money.
I
I
don't think
think
they
he
paying.
did it. I
Okay.
think I think he did it because it's publicity, and he's
Right.
Fox 45's poster child. That's their favorite. So I think he did it for publicity so that he
Okay.
can get out there more. Because the
Right.
more he's out there, the more
Right.
people know about him. They'll start
Right.
saying, "Oh yeah, he cares. He's always
Yes.
in the mix."
Yes.
So it's a
Yeah, but
Yes.
he still
political.
won't be elected.
Yes.
It's
Yes. So it's like I said, publicity.
yeah,
Because
yeah. It's a
it's
political stunt.
yes, it is.
He still
Yes.
won't be elected. Ain't nobody worried about his big name
No.
anyway.
I concur. But people getting fed up, and
Okay, like, what is going on? It's like,
so boy mayor, they mad at him too. So he might just sneak in there because everybody mad at the boy mayor.
And even with this situation
why they mad
too.
with Brandon?
So
Y'all
they
know
said,
Brandon can't go to his high school homecoming. He can't go. You can't wear his alumni shirt and go. He can't go to his class reunion. He can't go sit down at 7 West and eat because he's supposed to be right there saying, "Sir, don't shoot this person." Don't they act like he's supposed to? He don't know
no,
what these people are gonna do, commit
they
crime.
they saying he not doing enough, and they saying that everything he say is like pre-written or like it's scripted. They saying that he don't care and he's not in the community enough. So
In the community doing what?
I don't know. I'm
Right.
just repeating what they said. I don't know what he gonna do. It's gonna do go walk around the community and pick up the trash they keep throwing out there. I doubt if he gonna walk up on somebody and tell them stop shooting. Last time he approached somebody, he punched them in the mouth.
Please, that's not the laugh. I'm sorry, but I don't get people. People again, they just try to point finger, and it starts within. Brandon don't live in your community. You does. You do. So it's a community thing.
Right.
If the community get together and do something about the trash, the whatever, that might help. But Brandon and no politician or anything can come in here and say they can stop the killings or none of that. They just can't. They can't.
I
What
don't
can they
think
do
anybody
about
can, and they know that.
I totally agree.
it? What can they do about it? They're not putting the guns in their hands.
Right. The
They're
community just
not,
need to step up. The
the
community
community need to step
need
up.
to step up, and if they don't, then things will continue to go the way
So
it goes.
things will continue. Your community will
So,
continue to look the way that it is.
so we're
I
right
Like
here
told
to
that.
thank you guys.
I
Go
told
ahead,
that to
Tony. You can get one
somebody.
last thing.
Oh, I told that to somebody the other day, and we was having a conversation, and they was talking about that water department or whatever ain't doing enough in the community. And I said to them, the same way that you call in water breaks and you call in trash and get picked up, it's the same way the police need you to call in and tell them what's going on in the community. The only way they know is you assist them, you help them. Nothing in the world, there's no one walking around the street that someone gets shot and killed, and the detective say, "Oh, I know exactly who did it." No, someone needs to tell them.
Exactly.
So you gotta engage your community. The only way your community is gonna become safe is you engage in your community. It's Metro Crime Stoppers you can reach out to and stay anonymous. You can send anonymous texts and emails to the police department now. You know what I mean?
I don't know about texting. I don't know about emailing. I don't know because they can get your IP. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm saying
they
say it's anonymous, but I'm just saying,
I mean,
people gotta engage.
If you can, just do it. That's all I'm saying. If you see something, say something.
Say something.
At the end of the day. So we're gonna stop at that saying right there, because of course we can talk forever. We're about 30 minutes over. So I want to thank everyone that's for tuning in to Swap Radio. Here we talk about everything you and your mama. So that has been very clear. That has been very clear. We have definitely changed the whole dynamic of the show. However, we will still, talk about the topics we originally like to talk about. and bring awareness to, which is right here. Awareness that parents need more involvement
in their children,
with the children and the school, and helping the school keep their children safe. They need to participate. I mean, it's not a bad thing, y'all. Now, I feel like I'm Jerry Springer with my final thought. It's not a bad thing if someone else says something to your child. I think it's a bad thing when they don't know how to say it to your child. If somebody's telling your child something right, let it fly.
Let it fly.
Okay? So with that being said, you people, check this out. Follow SWAT Radio on everything. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You can follow my personal page, Monica WLS on the number 2, on Instagram and TikTok. Sheree.
I forgot I even had a TikTok. But I know, right? Sheree Cotton now on Facebook, and it's B Moore's Black Betty Boop on Instagram and TikTok. I forgot all about TikTok.
Tony's still working.
Tony, we can't hear you.
And everything.
No, I can hear you. It's Tony Berger on all social media platforms.
I just love when he say that. All right, y'all. So next week, y'all know we can't help it. It always come up. It always. What do we talk about the most?
Dating.
Well,
relationships.
Dating, sex, and it was something else.
The couch.
Yeah.
Oh,
not the couch. Not the couch. But it will be those two, because what happens when I get these emails, I go eeny, meeny, miny, mo, or I just tally them up. I have more people wanting to continuously talk about dating, but it'll be one area of that. We won't just talk broadly about dating. So, dating, sex, and
drugs.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Look, Sheree ready for all that.
Well, I'll try to.
Next week she gonna be back in another whatever relationship.
Wait a minute, he's not even saying it right. Tell him how to say it.
He tried to call me out and got it wrong.
Help him out. Tell him how to say it.
It's a whatever relationship, and I will not be in one. Me and this guy were never in. We were in a companionship.
I'm happy for you.
Wait a minute. Ain't nothing going on.
This text to see what ship I'm in.
It ain't nothing getting rescinded. It's just a situation. Ain't nothing with us. I'm still single.
Let me stop. Because I keep my Facebook so people don't know what it is. So I'm gonna keep it the same way.
I'm still single.
Y'all heard that, right? So when y'all get to asking questions, Tony said he's still single. He wants somebody. He gonna have a Valentine.
He said he's going to have a Valentine.
That's what I just said.
Yes.
He's gonna have a Valentine.
He emphasized
whether you're a girlfriend or a wife, right?
Yeah.
He said that.
He emphasized.
Ray is single.
I am single.
Jeanette is on the ship.
She's on the ship.
And I'm just chilling.
She's just sailing.
All right, y'all. Producer said close out when we ready. So check this out. We all just gonna leave the studio. So
on the count of 3.
She don't say on the count of 3. Hey, Big Dog G said he's single too. Did y'all see? I don't even know who it is. Y'all saw that comment.
Mm-hmm.
Ray, maybe he said that for you because you said you single.
I am.
Come on, Big Dog. Come on back here. You want Sheree to know you single?
Oh, damn. Is she calling it out?
Listen, he commented and it said,
Tony, we can't hear you.
No, you hear it.
I said that will be the only person he want to know singing. Damn sure ain't talking to me.
Yeah, because Monica chilling and Jeanette sailing.
Yeah.
Monica not speaking on her. Y'all not getting. I'm just here. Oh, he fell asleep. He don't have no answer. I was trying to get y'all matched up.
Oh, so you want to play speed dating?
You know what? I was supposed to do one before when we had it where you call in. I kind of feel like I should run that back
That would
and
be
do a
fun.
speed dating.
Yes, I did. I
That would
did
be
something
fun.
like that last Valentine's at the bar, and we had like different games. You know, where people came in there pink, they're red. I'm sorry, pink. If you were just, having fun. Red if you was
Oh,
married. Green if you.
Okay, but I was asking, was you asking about Sheree? We clear you're not asking about Tony, sir.
So
That was just a little joke. But
So
yeah,
I
I
had
think
games,
I was
and I had
considering
we
that.
had a
But
match made. If it was only for one night, it was a match made. With the games I had, it was really nice. It was really nice. Nice.
oh yeah, I don't want to be at the bar though because I don't want to drink. I need a sober mind when
Well,
doing
I
stuff
don't
like
drink. I don't drink anyway.
I want to go out on a real date. I want to put clothes on and be
that. Oh, okay.
extra as F.
Well, let me text that to somebody.
Oh, and I can I just shout out just come see me at Taco Tuesdays at Southmoreland Lounge every
No,
Tuesday.
ma'am, you gotta pay for stuff like that. You ain't see our previous commercials.
No,
She's
I'm
already
sorry.
got it out there now.
Oh no, they didn't. They ain't here because I started talking. All right, y'all, listen. Jada home. We can right here everything. It's a wrap. It was nice talking to y'all. Come on back here next Thursday at 7. We're gonna be right here talking about money, cash,
drugs.
I didn't say it because Jada right here, so I don't want to say that. But yeah, y'all. So as I always say at the end of every show, remember to walk by faith, not by sight. See y'all next Thursday.